Hi, babies. You guys like each other, don't you? You can't hide it any longer. You guys are friends, aren't you? When we first got Nacho, I was so scared that they would not become friends. I was so scared that Mia, which is Kitten's real name, by the way, Kitten. Her real name is Mia. We just call her Kitten. I was so afraid she was not gonna like little Nacho. And that we would have to give him back, but they're buddies. Good job not being super annoying. Nice work. Just got back from church because it's Sunday. You're yawning so much. It's so cute. And now I'm just waiting for Matt to get home from service, and I don't know what we're gonna do today. Most Sundays we just relax and I work a little bit. Today I'm gonna have to work quite a bit and do homework, so we'll see. He's sneaking up on me. Little Nacho. By the way, wardrobe change. If you guys don't go to church on Sunday, or if you do normally go to church but you miss out or whatever, or if you're free on Sunday morning at 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time for any given reason, my church actually broadcasts their service online. It's at wordoffaith.cc. Is that what it is? I think it's wordoffaith.cc/live. I just watched it online like 2 weeks ago or a week ago. But yeah, they always broadcast their service online, and it starts at 10 a.m. Eastern time every Sunday. I would say that the first like 45 minutes or so is like praise and worship, announcements, things like that. So even if you don't tune in until 10:45, you're not really missing like the word. So a little word of knowledge to you. Okay guys, so what I wanted to do today was show you guys a lot of my favorite things from my pantry. So I want to show you guys what I keep in my pantry. A lot of these make up a lot of my meals. Some of the stuff you might not have seen recently, but it is stuff that I do kind of keep in my diet regularly. Stuff that I like to keep in my pantry to help me like kind of stay on track and have like a lot of different good sources of food that are like kind of ready to go. I'll show you what's in here. So first of all, 2 types of almonds. I haven't eaten almonds very much lately, but these, you guys remember these? These are salt and vinegar almonds. I used to have these with sriracha chicken all the time, and like now I'm thinking about it and I think I'm gonna do it this week. These are they're so like, if you like salt and vinegar, you will love these. They have such a nice kick to them, and I would just eat them with like some sriracha seasoned chicken, and it was just the most amazing like low carb, higher fat meal that just like would hold me over and had a lot of protein in it. So yes, almonds. Really, really good fat source. We have a couple of like protein pancake mixes. We have, oh, this is, the label's covered. Flapjacked protein pancake mix. And we have Kodiak Power Cakes pancake, blah, blah. Flapjack and waffle mix. You can make waffles or pancakes with either of these, and I think this actually has recipes for stuff like a chocolate chip cookie recipe. I've seen people use this as like the coating for like breaded chicken. So yeah, these are awesome. I would say I might like the flavor of these better, but this has more protein and less carbs, so this per serving has 3.5 grams of fat, 23 grams of carbs, and 20 grams of protein. This, on the other hand, has 2 grams of fat, 30 grams of carbs, and 14 grams of protein. And also in terms of flavor, I think I like this better. But these are not bad at all. Like, these don't taste gross whatsoever. They're super good. Both are pretty low in sugar though, and both are gonna like have more protein than any other kind of pancake you would get. So I love these. These are great for breakfast, for getting some protein in your breakfast. So love these. Another snack item. It only took me like 400 years to figure out that like these little Smart Pop mini size, single serving size bags of popcorn are delicious. A lot of times I'll come home after school and I'll have a bag of this popcorn because it's just like a nice little salty snack. So I really, really like this for like portion control because I love popcorn, and I could have an entire like giant normal size bag easily. I have 2 kinds of protein. This is the GNC stuff that I just talked about in my favorites video that I love so much. It's in salted caramel flavor. This is just a whey protein, and then I have the PE Science Snickerdoodle protein, which is like a whey casein mix. This stuff I mostly use to bake with. Like I've made like the 1 carb waffle with this. I've made some other stuff with this. If you want to bake with protein, I highly recommend baking with something with casein. There's something about casein that actually bakes well. Regular whey protein, not so much. It's gonna come out like a little bit rubbery, and it's just not gonna bake very well. So this is for like my protein shakes after the gym, the GNC Whey-Bolic, and this is if I'm gonna like make something. These are one of my favorite rice cakes. I don't even remember where I get these from. I want to say like Whole Foods or something like that, but they're like totally open. They're super duper thin rice cakes. So they have like lower calories, lower carbs than normal rice cakes. Yeah, 3 of these is like equivalent to 1 rice cake, which the only reason I love normal rice cakes, that's fine, but the only reason I like these is for like, you know, sometimes you want rice cakes because you want a rice cake, and sometimes you want a rice cake because you just need a vehicle to put your peanut butter on. This is good for when you just need a vehicle to put your peanut butter on because it's not gonna take up like a ton of carbs or calories or anything, and it's super thin so you actually can like really enjoy the peanut butter on top. So yes, I love these. I have a couple of sauces, 2 of my favorite sauces that I keep on hand. Sugar-free, is it sugar-free ketchup? Reduced sugar ketchup, and then sugar-free honey barbecue sauce. I'm not like super duper hardcore on all my stuff having to be sugar-free because a lot of sugar-free stuff has crap in it to make it sugar-free. So I always kind of like limit that stuff, but when it comes to condiments, sugar-free condiments usually are way lower calorie and just helps control your sugar because there's a ton of sugar in like normal ketchup, normal barbecue sauce, and I've said before, like I try to keep an eye on my sugar just because it's not fantastic for you, and like diabetes runs in my family and stuff like that. So this is, what brand is this? G. Hughes Smokehouse. I don't remember where I got this from, some grocery store somewhere. And then the reduced sugar ketchup, which to me tastes pretty much as good as normal ketchup, but is like way less carbs and calories. This can be found pretty much anywhere, so. I also have so many types of weird pastas. We have black bean pasta, we have mung bean, edamame, and mung bean pasta, and then iso pasta, which I talked about in my favorites video a couple videos back. Basically, this is a super high protein pasta. It's only 11 grams of carbs per serving. This I order from Groupon, and it's pretty expensive, so I don't use it that much. It tastes pretty good, but it's gonna have kind of a weird texture, so These pastas I get from Whole Foods. I think Whole Foods, yes. Whole Foods. These are nice because they are just like one ingredient. Like this black bean pasta is just black beans. This edamame mung bean fettuccine is just that. Like that's the only ingredient other than water in these, which I love pastas that are made from a vegetable or a bean because like nothing feels better than eating like a pure vegetable pasta in my opinion, as opposed to just like a whole wheat pasta. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but like the carb content's gonna be a little bit lower. I know it sounds like everything I'm pointing out is like low carb, low fat, low everything. This is not what I solely base my diet off of. It's just all these low carb foods, but these are just things that I have on hand in case I don't have very many carbs for the day or I feel like I'm trying to have a lower carb day. Stuff like this really comes in handy. I also really like this red lentil pasta, which was also in my favorites video. This has like a super normal texture as opposed to like the edamame mung bean one and the black bean pasta. Those have kind of a little bit of a like gritty texture. This to me like kind of, it tastes like red lentil, but it has the texture of normal pasta, so I really like this stuff. We have oat bran, which if you've been following me for a while, then you know that I prefer this stuff over regular oats. I just like the texture of it a little bit better, and it's a little bit higher protein than normal oatmeal, I think. So I just really like this stuff. But from when I want a regular oatmeal, I get Oat Fit, which is their like 100-calorie packs. This is maple and brown sugar. I've also had the apple and cinnamon one. That's super, super good. But yeah, I love oatmeal and I love like flavored oatmeal, so I keep this around. Last but not least, peanut butter. Actually, this one's peanut butter, right? Yes, and then this one is almond butter. This was the first Nuts and More like nut butter that I ever tried, and I actually didn't like it when I first tried it, and it sat in my cabinet for forever. And then one day I tried it again and I just liked it. I don't know, it's like, it's not very sweet. It's not like what you would think for like a chocolate almond butter, in my opinion. Maybe you like it, I don't know. But now it's one of my favorites. And then this is one of my other favorites, Toffee Crunch. I also like salted caramel. I think those are like the main ones that I get. And they're lower carb nut butters, and obviously higher protein. These have like 12 grams of protein per serving-ish. If you're not seeing the trend in most of my snacks, there's a pretty decent protein content to like a lot of the stuff that I eat, because I always like to keep a higher amount of protein in my diet, usually at least 100 grams of protein per day, just to help with keeping on muscle mass, building muscle mass, etc. So it helps to have it all add up at the end of the day, to have like protein coming from a lot of the stuff that I eat, like a higher protein oatmeal, a higher protein peanut butter, a higher protein pasta, higher protein pancake mix. So all of that helps me to reach that goal every day, so that I'm not just eating loads of like egg whites and chicken breast and stuff like that, because that gets really old really fast. So yeah, that's what's in my pantry. I think that's all I'm gonna show today. So hopefully you guys liked this, and let me know if you want to see something similar to this in the future, if you guys like hearing about like the kind of foods that I eat. But yeah, thank you for watching and have a great day.